Okay, let's be honest. For a lot of home buyers, the home inspection is probably the most nerve-wracking part of the whole deal. But what if it didn't have to be? In this explainer, we're going to flip that script and turn all that anxiety into confidence and that fear into simple fact-finding.
So, you've found it, the one. But in the back of your mind, there's always that nagging question, right? Is this place a dream come true, or is it a total money pit just waiting to happen? Well, the home inspection, that's how you get the answer.
So first things first, we've got to completely reframe how we look at this. A home inspection is not a pass or fail test. It's not about the house getting a good grade. A better way to think about it is like you're getting this incredibly detailed, custom-written instruction manual for your potential new home. It tells you everything, its systems, its current condition, and what it's going to need from you down the road.
Now, a great inspection actually begins long before anyone even sets foot on the property. It all starts with you choosing the right inspector, your champion in this whole process. So how do you find the right one?
The very first question you should ask any inspector you're thinking of hiring is simple. What do you check? You need to know exactly what they're going to be looking at. Trust me, a vague answer here is a major red flag.
And a really thorough inspector? They're looking at a surprising amount of stuff. We're talking up to 1,600 different items. They cover the whole shebang, from the shingles on the roof right down to the foundation, and all those critical systems in between. It is a truly comprehensive, top-to-bottom review of the property.
Okay, but just as important as what they do check is asking what they don't check. This is all about setting realistic expectations. It helps you figure out if you're going to need to call in other specialists later on.
And this is a really key point to understand. An inspector's role is limited to what they can see. It's a visual inspection. They don't have X-ray vision, they can't cut holes in the walls, and they definitely can't see into the future. That's why they usually won't give you repair estimates or flat out tell you whether or not to buy the house. Their job is to find the potential issues and then often recommend you bring in an expert, like a plumber or an electrician, to take a deeper look.
Now this might just be the single most important question you can ask a potential inspector. Think of it like a little test. Their answer is going to tell you pretty much everything you need to know about how they work.
And the answer you are looking for is a huge, enthusiastic yes. A good inspector will absolutely want you to be there. Why? Because it's your best chance to see any issues with your own eyes and ask questions right on the spot. If an inspector tells you no, don't just walk away. Run. Find someone else, period.
All right, so a day or two after the inspection, it arrives, the report. And this thing can look really intimidating. I mean, they're often 50, 60, even 70 pages long. But don't panic. Let's break down how to read it without getting totally overwhelmed.
So, how do you tackle this beast of a document? Here's a simple game plan. First, just go straight to the summary. It's designed to give you the highlights, the most important stuff, right up front. Then, as you read, try to look for patterns. One leaky faucet isn't a huge deal, but if you see multiple water stains in different rooms, that might point to a bigger, more systemic problem. And most importantly, if anything is confusing, just call your inspector. That's what they're there for.
And the biggest takeaway here is this: a long report is a good thing. Seriously, it means your inspector was thorough and did their job right. It is not a laundry list of reasons to run away from the house. It's that user manual we talked about, filled with tons of great information and maintenance tips for your new home. So, you have the report in hand. The next step is the analysis. This is where you have to put your detective hat on and figure out the difference between the really serious problems, the potential deal breakers, and the minor fixes that are just a normal part of owning a home.
The whole game here is separating the major issues from the minor ones. A major problem, like some serious foundation cracks, affects the actual safety and structure of the house. A minor issue, like peeling caulk or some worn flooring, well, that's just stuff for your future weekend to-do list. So let's focus on those big ones, the potential deal breakers.
First up, foundation issues. And we're not talking about tiny hairline cracks. We're talking about large, scary-looking cracks, floors that are noticeably sloping, or doors that just won't close right. These are signs that the very bones of the house might be in trouble, and fixing them can cost a fortune. Next, electrical hazards. If your inspector flags an old, outdated panel or worse, exposed and frayed wires, they are raising a huge safety alarm. This isn't just an inconvenience like an outlet that doesn't work. This is a real, hidden fire risk. And finally, you have got to look for any sign of water. Water is a home's worst enemy, mainly because it's rarely just one problem.
Those water stains or that musty smell can point to hidden leaks, and that can lead to a whole cascade of other issues like wood rot, structural damage, and even dangerous mold.
So, you've analyzed the report. You've separated the major from the minor. What do you do now? Well, this is where you shift gears from fact-finding into action. This is where you turn that report into your most powerful negotiation tool.
You know, a lot of buyers feel hesitant to ask for things. They don't want to seem picky. But look at this number. Negotiating after an inspection is absolutely the norm, not the exception. In 2024, a huge 85% of buyers successfully negotiated for repairs or price reductions. This isn't being difficult, it's just part of the process.
So, when it comes to negotiating, you generally have three main paths you can take. You can ask the seller to fix the problems themselves, you can ask for a credit at closing so you can handle the repairs, or you can try to negotiate a lower price for the house overall.
Now, this is a common dilemma. Ask for a credit or ask the seller to do the repairs. Let's break it down. If you ask for a credit, you get to control the quality of the work. You hire the contractor you want. But if you have the seller do it, the work gets done before you even move in. The big risk there? The seller is almost certainly going to choose the cheapest fix they can find, not necessarily the best one.
And always, always remember this. Your greatest strength in any negotiation is your ability to just walk away. That inspection contingency in your contract, that is your legal exit ramp. It's there to protect you if the problems are just too big, or if you and the seller simply can't find a fair compromise.
Let's end with this thought, because it really puts everything into perspective. After all the negotiating is done, everything you didn't ask the seller to fix, that officially becomes your to-do list. The inspection report is what helps you build that day one punch list as a new homeowner. It shifts your mindset from just buying a house to truly owning it, with all the responsibilities that come with it. The only question left is which of those items are you ready to take on?